this middleweight championship fight. Round one begins.
Once again, Triple G comes out very smartly, not trying to go in and just rush, trying to get close, use that jab.
Crowd begins to chant.
Find out what Danny Jacobs has to offer before he takes any.
Triple G.
That tells you something about the way the fight world of knockouts since he first appeared on American television.
A big string of them.
Hard jab by Golovkin.
Feels about Triple G. This is Daniel Jacobs' hometown.
In the early going.
Jacobs
with a flurry.
Jacobs has real punching power, especially early in fights.
Now Triple G begins to step up. Jab landed a couple times. And firepower shots. Right hand over the top, misses.
Good jab by Jacobs.
Excellent jab. Use it if you can. Good body shot inside by Jacobs.
Where his opponent will be, forcing a change in direction of the opponent.
I think Golovkin doesn't lose many rounds.
I think Triple G is fighting a very smart fight. Jimmy's trying to wait until he finds out what.
Inviting Golovkin to throw a straight right hand, which is the classic tactic against the southpaw.
Great.
Still in the southpaw stance.
His last fight against Kell Brook, guys, Golovkin, as if a blown-up welterweight hit him like that, that's one thing. But what happens if a big, powerful, skillful weight?
Well, can he hit him like that? Because we haven't seen anybody land.
Yep, usually his offense is starting to get untracked by now.
There's his jab. Right hand over the top by Golovkin. Touches Jacobs' body with the right hand. Golovkin blocking the hook with his gloves. First two rounds have been, in effect, a war of nerves. Though CompuBox sees Golovkin landing more punches.
I've seen Jacobs land all the clean punches. There haven't been many. You heard fighting power with finesse. In other words, eventually he makes the other guy really fight. What happens when that happens?
You want to see. To a big
Golovkin knocking his head back with a jab upstairs. For the main event. These two fighters have a tough act to follow. The fight which preceded them.
Off the deck in the first round, Chocolatito appeared to win on our cards, but it was a tough fight. And as you mentioned, Jim, with the fighters been able to neutralize him so far.
Well, we could get into a deep discussion about that. Triple G starting to relax a little bit.
Huge puncher, but he was winning all the rounds behind his jab as he was cautious. He's here, and he just got caught with a good hook.
A very good hook.
Jacobs won the first two rounds. At least he fought a little. I mean, Triple G really didn't start fighting until round. I just thought Danny Jacobs outboxed him. 2 rounds to 1, Danny Jacobs.
Hard right hand by Golovkin. Down goes Jacobs. First knockdown of the fight. Least his power. There's one thing that happens. So Golovkin has knocked Jacobs down. Let's see if he'll cut loose. Chasing Jacobs into a corner. Hard right hand. Starting to land most of his shots now. These are hard jabs right on the chin.
Beautiful jabs.
Uppercut lands for Golovkin. Another jab. Golovkin boxing purposely and fiercely.
Critical for.
But Golovkin being very smart on this attack. He's not running in wild against Danny. He's punching smartly, not just waiting in there trying to just throw for a knockout.
Again. Triple G,
being very smart on his attack.
Lands something hard to leave that impression in Golovkin's mind before the round is over. Jacobs trying to. Golovkin is landing that jab powerfully and fiercely over and over now.
It's going to cause him some problems because if the jab keeps landing,
Jacobs just now, and he landed a nice right hand on Golovkin's head before.
Giving a good account of himself in that. Left hook lands for Golovkin, right hand as well. Jacobs
good
firing
right hand
back.
from Daniel Jacobs. Now that Triple G got untracked and started to really do damage, can Jacobs actually fight with him?
Golovkin landing the right hand again.
Yes.
And a fierce body shot. Danny Jacobs trying to hold on.
And to Golovkin.
Because unlike a lot of pressure fighters, even including the prime Mike Tyson, He knows how to open up.
I don't think Danny Jacobs is here trying to stink him up.
He's trying to fight him.
Yes. Good body shot.
Great body shot by Golovkin. And saying to Daniel Jacobs that was totally unnecessary.
Exactly.
I thought that was about turning southpaw.
Why would Danny turn back southpaw? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how he got knocked down. That's crazy.
Like that, for example.
I don't understand it.
He opens himself up to Golovkin's right hand. With
Good body shot by Danny Jacobs.
reaching for Golovkin. Another combination by Jacobs. Good body shots.
50 amateur fights, he knows what to do against anything.
Good left hook by Jacobs. The pressure on again.
Good shots in this round.
Very
Yes.
much so. 30 seconds remaining in the round.
You gotta be careful not to run into nothing.
Jacobs getting a little bit more offensive, fighting out of the southpaw stance. Now Golovkin puts. And another final flurry at the end by Golovkin. Being 88 out of 228, 39%. Jacobs 51 of 159. Jacobs erupting sporadically. Certainly hasn't given up by any means.
Good shots on the inside when they do that.
Andre Rozier, and listen to him as he barks out instructions to his fighter during the round. Let's see what happens.
Keep walking. There you go. Don't pull up.
Good shot.
Hard right hand by Jacobs.
At all.
Jacobs was winning his fight by a little bit against Pirog, the one loss.
Firing hard shots, and Golovkin treating him with considerable caution, like that. Golovkin focused on the jab this round, so Jacobs has an edge in power shots. Here and lands another one right there.
It was like shoe shining, but with more on it.
This is a good scoring round for Daniel Jacobs, who may sort of put his weaponry into the deep freeze just a little bit in round number 6, and Daniel Jacobs showing more confidence, stepping up and firing.
The threat of Jacobs' power is keeping Triple G just honest enough. Scoring.
And we wondered about the effect of Jacobs' unofficial 10-pound or
to not give him the bum's rush. And then Jacobs.
You have no sense of urgency because all you gotta do is catch him again, and down he's been. Why does he keep going out the left hand position stand? Because he keeps getting caught repeatedly with the
moves in on the southpaw standing Jacobs and looks for another right, but right hand for Golovkin.
a right hook out of the southpaw position.
And now Golovkin exactly right.
That was good defense by Danny Jacobs.
We've already seen one lands another right hand, driving Jacobs into the corner, and Jacobs fights his way out of the corner. For the first time tonight, certainly it's not out of the question it could happen to Golovkin too.
An even fight on Harold Letterman's scorecard right now.
Exception of the knockdown point.
Jacobs could be.
He just got to be very careful because Triple G.
Yeah, or he could.
Now Golovkin seems to show an urge to try to win it.
Good shot.
Good shot by Jacobs.
Yes.
Charlie Fitch says, don't hold him behind the head. They both fire in the closing seconds, and they fight after the bell. He's landed through 8 rounds, or through 7 rounds. And you heard a certain sense of urgency from Abel Sanchez. Golovkin with a good one, too. Golovkin, now the crowd is chanting, Daniel, Daniel. In the southpaw stance, Golovkin begins to focus on the right hand again.
Triple G, a different look.
A total different.
For Jacobs changing southpaw is that it just gives the one advantage I can see just to that again.
Right.
He's not seeing the same thing the whole time.
Well, you got a clue when you heard Andre Rozier.
It works.
Right, it seems to be when Triple G does his best work.
Exactly.
Golovkin attacking a little more.
Against the middleweight champion of the world tonight. This is a competitive fight.
Very well, I should say.
Cool English teacher listening in Pensacola.
She might get mad if I say that. Oh, good shot.
Hard right hand by Golovkin. Jacobs took it perfect. And seconds left in the 8th round. Uppercut for Golovkin, partially blocked. Lands a 1-2. One more combination to close the show in the 8th.
It was strategic for Danny
Unusual
Jacobs.
territory for Gennady Golovkin as we
The 160-pound limit, fair and square, and then decided
for Gennady Golovkin as we go to round 9.
it was strategic for Daniel Jacobs for one of the sanctioning body belts, because no one in the end is going to remember who won.
More important than just the belt. Good shot by both fighters.
So he made
Limit Gennady Golovkin's output and number of landed punches compared to what he's done before. Last 12 fights.
The idea is that Triple G will catch him with something big that will signal the beginning of the
Right hand
end.
by Jacob.
He's looking to outpoint or outbox nobody. He's used to
But
running
he's
people
usually
down.
winning most of the rounds.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he's still used to seek and destroy. He's not used to having.
Jacobs is largely neutralizing that.
Yes, he is.
More resilient tonight than anybody has.
Another good hook by Jacob.
It really was. You've seen him score vicious one-punch knockouts with body shots.
23 knockout streak.
Oh, good uppercut by.
Uppercut by Golovkin. Right
Good
hook by
Jacob.
Jacob.
Oh, good right uppercut.
Uppercut by Golovkin. Right hand by Golovkin. He's going to work, showing a sense of urgency, and got a little hop out of Jacob's right foot. Now
Good
Golovkin
jab.
backs him into a corner.
Good jab. That might have hurt him.
Momentarily got him in trouble. Great jab. Golovkin with a chance to do something, but the round is going to come to a close. Jacobs gets out of trouble.
Hurt Jacobs upstairs in that last round. He went to the body, and that opened up further punishment upstairs.
Your unofficial scorecard say, Harold.
Okay, Jim, I've got it 5 rounds. In other words, I've got him up 1 round, but he gets an extra point for the knockdown in the 4th round. You know, Danny Jacobs had some terrific rounds. I thought he won round 6. 84, Gennady Golovkin.
Big shot.
Jim, I think that Gennady's winning, you know, by 2 points because of that knockdown in round 4.
Jacobs, through much of the fight, has been more active right now.
There he is, moving his hands very good. He just
And as far
never saw that out of him a lot. Good left.
a left hook upstairs by Jacobs.
And then because Triple G
And is looking while Jacobs is firing in this particular round.
Good block.
Right hand by Gennady.
headhunting, Jacobs is able to avoid some of those big shots.
And because he's hurt Dan with a headshot earlier, he feels as though he, for some reason, well, it's not some reasons, because that's what he's used to doing. Most of the time, he can knock guys out with headshots.
Downstairs. But that's
Jab
not been
by
the case.
Golovkin. Here we go again. Closing seconds of the round. Lanza might want to get inside and throw more body shots.
Throughout most of his
A good
career.
hook by Danny. Another good hook by Danny.
Give and take by both fighters. Good shots by Jacobs. That was a difficult to score streak. Very much in jeopardy now, looking at the way Jacobs looks and how he's fought so far.
They got to stay locked up because Triple G will do stuff like that on the inside.
Body shot by Golovkin, another body shot by Golovkin. Needs to do.
A good
Uppercut by Golovkin.
A good hook by Danny.
G has fought and beaten some solid fighters and really beaten them meticulously, and is fighting the fight of his life. I mean, neutralizing Triple G's offense early, getting his own offense.
Fight would certainly appear to be up for grabs as Golovkin digs in and tries to land some power shots in the 11th.
Middleweight championship of the world on the line in a packed Madison Square Garden.
Leading
Shot.
shots. And has done a great job of refereeing the fight.
Yes, he has.
We've barely said a word about it.
The local kid climbs off the deck and does this.
Fantastic.
Local.
Absolutely. Body shots by Jacobs.
Triple G was vulnerable to a skillful, full-blown.
Golovkin, because of his dominance, has been
Oh,
Tyson.
good hook.
Both fighters landed down the stretch. Gennady Golovkin has had 23 knockouts in a row, but never a 12th round. Beyond the shadow of a doubt that that's exactly what he's been.
Triple G's vaunted power is very impressive tonight.
You got to be really careful here because Golovkin is really throwing some big shots.
And so is
inside.
Daniel.
Yes.
Box his way to a win in the 12th round.
Those kind of punches right there. On the break when Danny's not ready, Daniel's not ready. Those are the punches I'm talking about, Max. When he gets him, he's not set.
Jacobs comes right back.
A little left hook inside by Golovkin.
Oh,
By Golovkin, right hand by Jacobs.
Good shot, man.
Uppercut by Jacobs.
they go up
Tremendous
on the floor.
fight. Tremendous fight on the pipe by Jacobs.
Wow, oh, good shot by Gennady.
Emergency is Golovkin.
Oh, big uppercut.
Down the stretch of the 12th. being
Danny Jacobs. Well, both guys.
Without getting knocked down.
Good round.
I think Golovkin's ahead in the round.
I agree.
Not getting knocked down.
Jacobs needs another one like that. Right hand by Golovkin.
No punches, no punches.
Tenth shot.
Danny Jacobs come and Triple G landed a jab coming inside, threw it right uppercut, but Danny caught him on the inside with a good quick hook. Just more of a slap shot than power because they were so close. So he could, but you see him in the southpaw position. This shot was the one that really took him right down right away. That was the big shot. Then he went down from the second one. So turning southpaw against a guy like Golovkin. He turned southpaw for a minute. The overhand right landed, followed by another short right hand that put him down. May have been more off balance than anything. It wasn't a real big knockdown. Triple G coming, countered the jab with the overhand right on the button. Best punch landed in that round. Danny Jacobs was backing up from it. You see overhand right from Danny Jacobs now over the top of Triple G's jab. Kind of trading places and tried a good uppercut, but he missed it. Overhand right, that's pretty good. Then
you have to be a well-coordinated athlete to do
Triple
that.
G landed a beautiful overhand right, and that's where that extra 180 pounds that we're assuming comes in. Here you see Danny Jacobs throw one jab, hook, hook, and followed by right hand. Not many fighters can do that, Jim, on the move. Jab, hook, straight right over. G land a beautiful right uppercut right up under Danny Jacobs' left hand that didn't cause no problems yet.
Michael Buffert's ready now with the decision. Let's go to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden, New York City, we go to the scorecards. A round of applause for both fighters in this middleweight contest. Don Trella and Steve Weisfeld have it 115, 112. Max DeLuca scores at 114 to 113 to the winner by unanimous decision. Still undefeated and still the universally recognized middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Golovkin, a.k.a. Triple